What's going on? It's your boy Sheev, the Wise, and welcome back to Vader's Lair. We got another Tano Tuesday coming up, y'all, and about 59 minutes until Star Wars Ahsoka Episode 3. I've been almost trying to say Episode 2 all day because it's week 2 of the Ahsoka show, but it is Episode 3. We got 2 episodes in the first week, Sheev. Come on, get with it. Let's get it going, though, because I am hyped for Episode 3 tonight. I know that you guys are, too. It is good to see you all in the chat, so let's do it. Welcome into the channel, one and all. I hope you guys are having a fantastic Tuesday, and that's a Tano Tuesday to you, because we got 6 more weeks. Is it 6, right? 7, including this one. So 6 weeks after this. I'm all over the place. I'm hyped. We got 6 weeks of Ahsoka coming up, including today. It's 7 weeks and an epic 6 episodes ahead. I know that Dave Filoni is going to hit us with some fire. And so far, the first 2 episodes have set us up for a banger of a season, if I do say so myself. It's good to see you all in the chat. I know that a lot of you guys here were hyped and ready yesterday when we were talking about what could potentially be going on throughout this season and what the first 2 episodes kind of set up with the biggest questions that we have from Ahsoka. And the one that I still am thinking about is the pathway to Peridia, and it seems like everybody else is kind of catching on with this too. I think that the galaxy that we're being introduced to in this larger Star Wars universe is Peridia, the new galaxy, and the fact that we're going to new galaxies now and expanding from just, a galaxy and then, in a galaxy far, far away, we're going to another galaxy that's even further away. So now we're actually expanding the Star Wars universe, though, and making it feel really alive and truly larger than life, more so than it already is. And it's doing it in a different way than the MCU and the Marvel, who do it with the kind of... The MCU has the multiverse and kind of different versions of characters. Well, we have an expanded universe. We're not just focused on Earth. Obviously, there's a lot of other things in Marvel, but still, Star Wars is really as expanded as it is with this giant galaxy that we've explored already. I mean, I talk about all the time in new Bad Batch episodes, new Kenobi, all these new shows. There's new planets every time, and I'm like, damn, how many planets are in this galaxy? There's a ton of planets, and there's even more that we probably haven't seen still in live action or in animation. And it's like, dude, this one galaxy that we've spent over 40 years in is giving us this much story. Imagine how much more story is now going to be opened up with Dave Filoni Dave Filoni opening up this other galaxy and potentially other galaxies other than that. What's up, everybody in the chat, though? Let's get it going. Steve Starenka, hype! You already know my guy. You already know the hype is real. Timothy, my dude, it's good to see you in the chat. Brandon Alvarado, good to see you too. MYKKI, good to see you. Aaron Tomato, what up, my dude? Steve Sarenka says, what if the path leads to the pathway and all the Jedi went to go hide in the new galaxy? Oh my god, I love it. I love it, man. I talked about in my little preview stream yesterday with the biggest questions. The path to Peridia is like this huge thing that I think is going on here, and obviously it's something that the Jedi knew about, as Balin talked about, Balin Skull, in the previous episode. And when he says that, he's like, the pathway to Peridia, and dude, I didn't even think about that. I was thinking that maybe other Force sensitive users used this pathway to Peridia that they maybe heard about as Jedi younglings or whatever the case was, to escape Order 66 or to get out of the galaxy at one point, or to even just follow the Purgle because they were that connected to the Force and, letting the Force guide them. I thought that maybe there was another Jedi Order in this new galaxy, and if what you're saying, dude, if the path from Kenobi leads to the path to Peridia, or if that's like the same kind of thing, That's pretty freaking epic. That's really cool, dude. I would love that. Brandon Alvarado says DC and Marvel have the multiverse. Yes, they do. And, you know, they've been doing that for years and years at this point, just like Star Wars has been expanding its own galaxy. And now, again, we're entering a new galaxy, potentially. And I love the idea that some fans are throwing out there that potentially Thrawn could be kind of a ruler of this new galaxy. Or at least I was thinking maybe that could be the case, too. As, you know, he studies culture and art and everything, and you know he could easily just be the smartest dude whenever him and Ezra blasted off to Peridia potentially, or whatever the case is. And maybe he's even building up an armada out there. I mean, Morgan Elsbeth seemed to be building up the 7th Fleet, or building up a fleet for Thrawn, like Ahsoka was saying back in The Mandalorian season 2. And I've been kind of wondering, like, what's going on with this? Like, how much of an army is Thrawn building up? Because he does know of a threat out there that maybe is in another galaxy, like I'm talking about, known as the Grisk in the Thrawn novels. And they are a serious problem. And Thrawn's been kind of really doing everything he's been doing to kind of protect his people from them. Heck, he joined the Empire to try and use the Empire, or have the Empire be allies to his people, the Chiss, to protect them from the Grisk. So who knows? Maybe Thrawn is building up a fleet out there in Peridia, or in this new galaxy. If you're just coming in, by the way, welcome into the channel. I hope you're having a fantastic Tano Tuesday. I am hyped for episode 3 of Ahsoka, and I hope you are too. Go check out our Discord at Vader's Lair. Make sure to subscribe. Again, if you're new, and a big welcome to you. Smash that like button as you're coming into, and in the chat there, Timothy just put our Discord. Steve Snorka says, I'm so wrong, but it would be crazy. I mean, maybe you're not, though. It would be kind of crazy. I'm here for it. I would love. I think that they should do some pathway. They should do something with the path, because they really haven't. Other than we did hear about, Seer Junda was doing stuff with it in Jedi Survivor, so that might put a crink in it. But I was thinking today, you know, shower thoughts. Got off of work a little bit early, been thinking about the Ahsoka show the past couple weeks, and get out of the shower, I'm getting, you know, shower thoughts going, and I'm going, yeah, what if the little circles that Cal Kestis, you know, sits down on to meditate, to gain force, or to use a skill tree, whatever you want to call it. What if that little thing is kind of an entrance into the world between worlds? I mean, I definitely am on fire right now, dude. The lair is smoking. We are, you know, this is the heat that comes off of a man that's just coming up with fire speculation idea after fire speculation idea. It's just, it happens, my guy. The lair is on fire right now, my dude. It's not Tuesday, it's Wednesday for me, says Baby Yoda. Hey, well, happy Wednesday to you then, my dude. But it is a Tano Tuesday here for me. So, happy Wednesday to you. Happy Tano Tuesday to me. Yes, we are definitely on fire, though. And with that prediction, with the whole Cal Kestis thing, I swear, man, I'm just saying, Ezra, when he went to the Lothal Temple, he kind of gradually gained more force abilities and was able to eventually fully go into the world between worlds. But the first time he kind of interacted with it was talking to Yoda, just voice to voice, and with this little like force light thing that we've seen before in Clone Wars. And then we also see Ezra go into kind of the world between worlds again with the star map thing that we saw in Ahsoka already, and that's kind of with the logo. And he sees Yoda sitting on a lump right there before him. And if you guys have played the Jedi Survivor games, you know that when you go into those meditation things, Cal Kestis can like train and fight against enemies in there and everything. So what if that's kind of like, I don't know, world between worlds training, like force training? It's a crazy theory. It's that one might be one of the ones that actually burns down the castle. So yes, we do have a Discord. Go check it out in the description. Hey, Rello, I'm so hyped for this episode too, man. There was so much buildup in the last couple of episodes, and everybody is kind of wondering and questioning. There goes my mic. Who is Marrok the Inquisitor? Yo, Rainin Unchained, what up, my dude? Welcome into the chat. It's been a long time no see, but I hope you're doing well. He says, you think Norse mythology and some of the new Thrawn books are going to influence this story, at least from the dark side point of view? Excellent question, dude. I definitely think that there's something to the fact that Balin and Shin are known as Balin Skull and Shin Hati. Skull and Hati are obviously from Norse mythology, and they basically chase, they're wolves, of course, because Dave Filoni, that chase the sun and the moon, and when they end up devouring the sun and the moon and catching it eventually, it signifies the start of Ragnarok. Do I think that Norse mythology will have anything to do with it? Yes. The fact that those are the names, and then there's also... So in the post credits, or like the end credits, it's not post credits, in the end credits, when it goes through the path to Peridia, kind of, it shows a bunch of different planets and stuff on the pathway with names. It's almost like that, like Game of Thrones intro. It's super cool. Shout out to, I don't know if it was Screen Crush, New Rockstars, somebody pointed that out, and I was like, that's a really cool detail. But they ended up, New Rockstars, I think, ended up like descripting some of the words that were on there. And one of them was, I believe, Odin, but spelled O-D-Y-N. And of course, Skull and Hati being the signifiers of Ragnarok, or like the wolves that devour the sun and the moon. Odin obviously is the one that, you know, is the leader of well, the Asgardians of Asgard. So yeah, I think if we do see the Odin planet or something in there related to Odin, like the credits seem to maybe hint, there could be something Norse tied in. I don't know. I think the fact that they're already named Shin and Hati, or you know, Shin Hati, and then Balin Skull, like that's already a tie into Norse mythology. So there you go. Tell me how you feel about this theory, says Nerd Mafia. Balin dies and he's killed by Shin. Interesting. Potentially. I mean, Balin seems to be conflicted a little bit. Like, obviously, he actually lived through the Jedi Order. From some of the trailers and stuff, it seems like he knew Anakin at a time. Probably towards the end of the Clone Wars, even. It's possible he's still conflicted and doesn't want Ahsoka to die, like he was kind of hinting off last episode. He's like, it would be a shame for her to kill her, kind of thing. Like, there's so few Jedi left. It could be, if that is gonna happen, or something that could happen to your theory. The way it would happen is if Shin goes like full dark side and like, I am the master now. You know, full Palpatine, and kills her master. That's the only way I see that happening, though. Ronan Unchained says Dathomir is one of the planets in the credits scene too. I got a feeling of what's to come. Dude, oh, that would be so dope if we got to see Dathomir in live action. I don't think we have yet. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we haven't. And, whew, that would be dope. That would be dope. I mean, Ezra did know Darth Maul at one point. Heck, there's... If Cal Kestis is around, the only other Night Sister I know of in the galaxy right now is his girlfriend. Is Marin. So, I mean, maybe Marin could even tie into it somehow. Maybe we see some zombie Dathomirian zombies. Maybe that happens in Skeleton Crew. Like, what if in Skeleton Crew, the little kids that are supposed to be kind of the main characters end up getting, like, stranded on Dathomir? That would be terrifying. I don't know if you guys have ever been to Dathomir in Jedi Fallen Order, but, dude, it's scary. It's scary. It's not a fun place. The Sabersmith says, Balin is a very interesting character. I want more of his story. Me too, dude. Balin has been such a freaking awesome character to kind of see so far, and even from the trailers, like from the get-go, he looks super cool. The fact he was a former Jedi, even cooler. The fact he potentially knew Anakin, okay, even cooler. And his stance and everything is super interesting to see so far as a Jedi that's survived this long past the Order. Like, you really think about it, it's been like 30 years since the Jedi ended. Balin's got to be in his like 50s, maybe late 40s, 50s. I mean, Ray Stevenson was around that age, so I mean, he's probably been on his own since he was like 20, and you know, would have been around the same age as Anakin. And to see someone like that survived past the Empire and isn't quite a Jedi anymore, seems to be a mercenary, but we really don't know too much about him yet. It's super fascinating. He's such a fascinating character. She seemed to be more cold than Baylan, says Nerd Mafia. She definitely did, to your point. And she was super like naive, though. You know what I mean? As a lot of Padawans happen to be. She almost reminded me of Ahsoka, but less headstrong. Back in the Clone Wars, you know what I mean? When she was an apprentice. Swagger like us, welcome into the chat. Let's go, She Tano Tuesday rock. Can't wait for the watch party, fam. This is the watch party. Let's go. Well, the episode is going to be dropping here in the next like 40 minutes or so. So, yeah, stay tuned, my dude. Tim, thank you for helping out in the chat, by the way. Much love to you, my dude. If you guys want to support the stream right now, we are not making any money on the channel due to demonetization. And we don't plan to make any during the Ahsoka show anyway, due to the SAG and WGA, SAG-AFTRA and WGA writers and actors strikes currently going on. If you guys are interested in learning more about those, check out a link in the description below. And again, if you do want to donate to the channel, all proceeds during the SAG-AFTRA strike will be going towards those strikes and towards the writers and actors that are currently striking. So, thank you guys for helping support that cause and for helping support the channel. I appreciate all you guys, and let's get back into the chat. Ronan Unchained says, Sheev, are you going to get the new Ahsoka sabers? I know you have the Clone Wars ones, and that they're signed. Yeah. I don't know. I saw them online. My cousin sent them to me. Shout out, Cuzzo. They're just expensive, man. I've bought some, like, I shouldn't have even bought the Ezra saber when it came out, and then of course they changed the Ezra saber for the Ahsoka show. But yeah, dude, they kind of made a re-release because they used to have an Ahsoka saber from Rebels, which was her Rebels white sabers, and then now they have one for the Ahsoka show that I think is a little bit upgraded or a little bit different. Ooh, and I am tempted to spend the like $320 on it, but it is a lot of money, and I don't know if I can justify it right now. They are expensive. I got the Ezra one too, says Ronan. Hey, let's go, my dude. It's one of the best sabers in Star Wars, in my opinion. Even though it's not the blaster one, and that one is freaking dope too. Ezra just has some badass sabers. Sabersmith says Baylan and Ahsoka fight tonight, maybe. Ooh, get your predictions in now. Let me see what you guys think is gonna happen tonight. I love it, my dude. I am right there with you. So from the trailer footage that we haven't seen yet, there's a scene where Ahsoka, I think maybe Huyang, I don't know if he's with them, and then Sabine with the new haircut and armor, of course, are flying in the ship, and then there's a Purgle in a place that looks kind of like Cetos, the planet we visited last, the second episode, where Baylan was talking about the pathway to Peridia, and we get the shrine made from people from another galaxy. I know, crazy. But I think that we could see the Purgle tonight and end up blasting off to Peridia by the end of the episode. And I think we're going to Cetos. And I think that fight between Baylan and Ahsoka happens around that same Cetos shrine, it looks like. Might be a different shrine. I don't know. Maybe we're going to a different planet. But I think that we're going to see either them fight on Cetos, and to your point, the Baylan and Ahsoka fight, or they get to Peridia, and when they get there, they're fighting on Peridia. One of the two. And I do think that they will fight either this episode or next one. I think that we'll see the majority, like we've already seen the majority of the trailer footage, which is super super exciting because we have like no idea what's coming. But big but here, there is a few scenes left, and I think by the end of this episode, in episode 4, all the trailer footage will probably be gone. Heck, they are dropping more more trailers as the days have gone by, and to get people into the show, and I think it's working, because yesterday we were talking about how apparently some of the rough numbers out there or whatever were saying 1.4 million households, and I think that's in the United States, tuned into Ahsoka. And well, Star Wars themselves decided to come out and just release the numbers globally, and it was 14 million people that tuned into episode 1 of Ahsoka, guys, or at least 14 million views for Ahsoka. That's insane, fam. Like, if y'all were worried about low viewership, I promise you the show is not that. It's not happening. It's being consumed, and I think as it goes, even more people are gonna start tuning in. Heck, I know I already got my brother and my girlfriend hooked. My parents will probably be next, because this is some top tier Star Wars, and this is some fantastic and fire Dave Filoni content. 14 million views for episode 1. Insane. What up, RF Gaming Channel? It's good to see you in the chat, my dude. Star Wars Meg, hey, good to see you in the chat. I hope you're doing well. Good morning from London. She says, how do you do to you? I hope you enjoy your tea and biscuit this morning, and make sure to put a little extra cream in there for me. Star Wars Meg says, Sheev, this episode is gonna be big for Andor fans. Interesting. Well, since I've been all over the Marrok stuff, let's get into some speculation from that. I mean, Andor fans likely have seen the Starkiller armor that's in the show, so they've already been hinting that Galen Marek Starkiller is coming back. The guy's name is Marrok. He's an Inquisitor. Dave Filoni wanted to bring in a Starkiller Inquisitor into Rebels, but it didn't make sense at the time. I think it makes sense now. Sam Witwer was even in the credits of episodes 1 and 2, listed as a voice actor on the show, and while Marrok did not have any voice really lines, he grunted at one point, which still counts. So Andor fans are going to be hyped tonight because Marrok is Galen Marek. No, I'm just kidding. We'll see. Tim says, I'm not sure if 14 million is good globally, but it might. I think it's pretty good. 14 million views means even more viewers, right? Yeah, that's a lot of viewers. I mean, that's just the first episode, and that's still a friggin' lot. 14 million is a lot of people. You put that into box office numbers, hell, $20 movie tickets these days. That's a lot of money. Obviously, it's not. It's a little different, and people are paying for Disney Plus out there. But that's a lot of views. You know what I mean? It is a lot of views. I know myself, I watched it like 5 times. Some of my close friends were like, yeah, I watched it definitely a couple times. I'm like, that helps crank up the viewership number too. But 14 million is a lot. Hey, what up? Welcome into the chat, MCU OG. I hope you're doing well, my dude. I'm dead. Y'all are tripping in the chat. Baby Yoda says, I'm doing FIFA 23 while watching you and waiting for Ahsoka. The hype is real, my dude. I hope you enjoy that FIFA. Ronan said a little bit ago, all I know is that Rosario said she's thrilled for us to see episode 5, so get ready. Alright, my friends, gotta go prep for my reaction. See you on the other side. Hey, Ronan Unchained, my dude. Enjoy. I hope you enjoy the episode. Have a fantastic rest of your night, and may the force be with you, my dude. So, let's get into some unresponsible speculation. I mean, I could go on for hours about about Galen Marek being Marrok. I'm such a big Force Unleashed fan. Like, I was thinking about it the other day, and it would really tickle me if that's what Dave Filoni's cooking up here. I don't know if it is, but man, Come on now. 34 minutes. Let's get it going, man. I'm hyped. Sabersmith says the PulseCon this morning had a Marrok fig that looked awesome. That's sick, dude. I saw a Sabine Wren Black Series helmet, which take my money. I'm ashamed, but take my money. Don Clouderman says, got the car unloaded. Hey, I'll see you soon. Much love, Don. I hope you are safe out there. And Tickle Me Sheaf. I don't know about that one. Or Mafia. You're chill. chill, man. I have a joke. Okay, let me know what the joke is in the chat, Star Wars Mag. You know what? Darn it. I forgot yesterday to do our Star Wars factoid of the day. And now I'm not prepared for one today. I got to figure out one. I sent you the Ezra. Yeah, Timothy sent me the Ezra figure earlier. Dude, that thing is kind of dope. It looks like Iman Esfandi a little bit, which is fun. But yeah, take my money. Oh, that's just mean. Well, hopefully Dave Filoni works his magic and either, finds a way to Clone Wars up the sequel trilogy and make the Rise of Skywalker, a joke in a good way, like the prequels memes are. You know what I mean? Like, those things make the prequels age like fine wine. So hopefully we get that. But then again, Dave Filoni is straight up going, hey, look, a new galaxy. Let's go over there and create some new stories. I'm with it, though. I think that this is an incredible expansion that we're starting to go on with Star Wars. And I'm here for the journey, man. Dave Filoni sets us up for a ride we didn't even know we needed in the Star Wars universe. And he's the apprentice for a reason, people. Like, he really does emanate a lot of what George was trying to do with Star Wars back in the day. And then he took the most important lesson from George, which is to make these stories hopeful. And even though this first season of Ahsoka definitely has some darker tones, even starting off with a red crawl and some very, ominous, different music throughout all of it, I'm hyped to see where the story goes and what's going to happen when we get to this other side of the pathway to Viridian, man. It's about to be hype. Tim says it would be weird if Marrok was just a random new character. Yeah, it would be. Like, I was talking about it yesterday too. Like, how the heck would an Inquisitor even survive all this time? Like, it's one thing for Baylan, a Jedi who was probably like, starting to enter his prime right when the Clone Wars were ending, and ended up going, who knows, maybe Baylan was even one of the like exploration Jedi who was out there like exploring the Force and the galaxy. Like, there's so many different types of Jedi that we really don't know too much about because we kind of just focus on the knights and the dudes that were fighting the Clone Wars. But there's dudes like Eno Cordova who are out there exploring the cosmos and the entire galaxy. There's, who knows if Baylan was kind of a Jedi like that, maybe. But he ended up, it's one thing for a character like that to survive all this time, but Inquisitors died like 12 years ago, fam. Like, they've been gone for a minute. The only way that this dude is just happens to be alive is if he's was like a secret Inquisitor. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Marrok is Petro. Yo, I've seen that going around. Someone said that in our stream yesterday too. That would be freaking wild too. The fact that Hu Yang is in it. I don't know why everybody's on the Petro train. That's so funny. Marrok is one of the Force sensitive Gideon clones that survived. Oh my god. It's happening. Everybody stay calm. No. The opening crawl was so sick, Timothy. I thought that was such a nice freaking touch. And I like that Dave kind of threw his own spin to it for it not being one of the main Star Wars movies. He did his own little thing with it, but kind of still kept the tradition of the crawl alive. It was Dave Filoni chef kiss as always. Andre, good to see you in the chat. Marrok is Lauk 100%. No jokes. It makes so much sense. I almost can't even argue with you. That it kind of could make sense. I mean, Wayland is a thing now. Balin and Shin are almost like a, I don't know. Maybe Marrok is Luke, not Luke or Luke or LK. Yeah, he's Luke. Wait until y'all see what's in episode 5. Hey, I'm excited for it, man. I know that there's a lot of teases and stuff coming on the back half of the show, and I don't know if I'm ready for it. I think I'm ready. I don't know if I am. How nuts will you go if Hondo appears at some point this season? I'll go pretty nuts. Hondo is definitely a fun character. Dave Filoni puts him in like all his projects, except for Mandalorian. And this is the Mandalorian timeline. We know he survives to the Rise of Skywalker because he is at Batuu, which is the Disneyland, Star Wars land kind of. You can find him on Millennium Falcon, Smuggler's Run. Yeah. I would be pretty hyped if Hondo was in the show, but I think I would be more hyped if we saw Galen Marrok. Skeleton Crew. Oh, well, so I do have a little theory with that that we already kind of touched on, but I'll get into it here. Let me see what else is in the chat. Gotta love Disney Star Wars hyping us up, and then there'll be a random new guy in a helmet. It's the 4th and a half brother. It's like that Scooby-Doo memes where it's like they take off the mask. It's like, who's that Pokemon? Like, oh my god, it's the 4th and a half brother. Like, okay, so let me see. I would love for it to be a new character, says Sabersmith. Well, it could be a new character, but I hope it's still based on another character. So, real quick on Skeleton Crew. So it's supposed to be coming out hopefully by the end of the year or the beginning of next year. I think all the shooting was done for it, but I've kind of been wondering how it's going to tie into the Ahsoka universe or to the Mando universe and Ahsoka timeline, whatever you want to call it. Heck, now we're going to a new galaxy, the Mando galaxy, the Ahsoka galaxy. I've been wondering how that show is going to tie in, and I was wondering like maybe the children in the show, because they're potentially force sensitive, I think, like what if they end up following the Purgle or something and going on the pathway to Peridia or going to this other side. And you guys were even earlier saying in the chat, like, what if there's other Jedi or, you know, people that followed the path as the pathway to Peridia or something. Like, that would be cool to find other Jedi or different force sensitives that have found their way to this other galaxy. And I think that's going to be a key to like hyperspace and being able to navigate in these unknown regions in a new galaxy. Even like, you're not going to have Navi computers that help you out in these instances, so you're going to need force sensitives that act as like the Chiss Force Skywalkers, that kind of like navigated for their naval fleets using the force as they were like force sensitive little girls. Weird story, I know. But it's possible we could see something like that where force sensitives are kind of needed to be able to navigate in this new galaxy. And I wonder what kind of new technology and different things could be over in Peridia too. Hey, that Shin braid is fire. She's got the little the Padawan braid. I imagine she could have it cut off by the end of this show and maybe knighted. You know, Nerd Mafia had this theory earlier that maybe she ends up turning or, you know, killing Balin at some point, and that would be pretty wild if we saw the apprentice going full dark side. The rule of two. We're going to the Filoni Galaxy, motherfucker! Yeah, Andre, let's go! I'm hyped, man. The Filoni Galaxy of Star Wars. It's an exciting prospect. Knowing him, though, he's gonna like introduce this new galaxy and be like, yeah, that's for later, though. That's for later. And then we're just gonna have Thrawn, like, the Eye of Sion's just gonna blast off and like pick up Thrawn's chimera, just the chimera. Like, screw the rest of the fleet. The Chimera's gonna lock in. He's gonna come back, be like, peace. Like, he comes back and he's like, all right, peace out, galaxy. We'll see you another time. By the way, I do think that if you're just coming into this Ahsoka show and like haven't seen Clone Wars or Rebels or anything, buckle up, man. I don't think this is a one-season show. I think Dave Filoni is going in for the long run. We know that he has some movies coming up, and I guarantee that those are probably going to culminate whatever kind of series, or maybe even continue these shows and what's going on in the Mando timeline. Yes, just like in the books, Nerd Mafia. My theory, says Star Wars Meg, is that Baylan wants to go back in time to stop Anakin from turning to the dark side. That would be really cool. I mean, he probably, like, I wonder how the two of them knew each other. Because I can imagine, like, after Ahsoka left the Order, they might have had, like, an assignment together, being similar age or something. And Anakin kind of being more on his own. And that would be really interesting to see, even a flashback of Baylan talking to Anakin, right? And just the two of them kind of interacting together and picking ideas, and maybe even getting idea to like not be a Jedi anymore from Anakin, or like talking about how they both don't believe in the council or something. That would be fascinating to see. That's a really cool theory, though. My shin is going to get sick of being. What is he talking about? Evertone, hop on the Filoni train. Choo-choo, let's go. Hype all the way to the Hypesville. You already know I'm dead. Star Wars Meg says Shin has Anakin's Revenge of the Sith headset. Look out for it. She did. I saw that in one of the promotionals. I hope that we see that in this episode, maybe even. And the way that the last episode ended, it seemed like Ahsoka and Sabine, now that you know that they put the little tracker onto the thing that's going to the Eye of Sion, it sounded like they're going to be going to Cetos. So I imagine we could maybe even kind of start up with them going there and Shin being in that ship and trying to blast them down. Yes, drink lots of water in the chat, guys. Make sure to stay hydrated, otherwise the hype will overtake you. The hype is I told you it would come to this. The hype is taking over. Ahsoka time. Welcome in, Mateo. It's good to see you in the chat, my dude. Anakin and Baylan were best friends forever, says Steve Owen. I'm not sure. I don't know if they were that close. Heck, they could have even butted heads. But I've seen a lot of the Ahsoka trailers because I like to theorize and speculate on things. And one of the trailers in particular has a sequence where Baylan's talking about knowing Anakin in the Order, and we even get a little clip of Hayden talking, I think, which is mind-blowing. I'm not gonna be able to handle that. And I think that the two of them could have known each other. The time frame for it to have made the most sense, I mean, obviously they could have trained together as they were younger. They're around the same age, I would think. Baylan might be a little bit older, but I think they're pretty close to the same age. They both would have been in their early 20s by the end of the Clone Wars. And I think after Anakin had lost Ahsoka, sort of, or she had left the Order, I think it's possible the two of them could have had a conversation, and it might be why Baylan doesn't really know Ahsoka, but he knows Anakin. No, I don't know his life. That's speculation fully, but welcome into the chat, my dude. It's good to see you, Obsession. What up, talented Mr. Griffin? I hope you're doing well. It's the Ahsoka way, says Dan the Man. It's the Ahsoka way. Steve Owen says Baylan also dated Padme. He probably did. Anakin hated him for it. No, I kind of doubt that. Alright, let's see what Star Wars Meg says. Sheev, I have a theory that Baylan wasn't at the temple during Order 66, but heard Obi-Wan's transmission. That would be cool. It's definitely possible. I was even saying a little bit ago, he could have been like an explorer, or one of the Jedi that did more exploration, sort of like, you know, Eno Cordova in the Jedi Survivor games, or the Jedi games. He could have been out there trying to explore the Force, and maybe even thought that the Jedi had like lost themselves during the Clone Wars and everything, which they kind of did. So yeah, he definitely could have been away from the temple at the time of Order 66 and maybe there when or like maybe able to hear Obi-Wan's call to action or call to stay away from is uncall to action, I guess you could say. What up, Skywalker's Academy? Welcome into the chat, my dude. Do the creepy voice. Which creepy voice? This one? Welcome to the dark side. I got a question for you, says Baby Yoda. Shoot it, my dude. If you guys have any questions or last thoughts or, you know, predictions before the episode drops in about 19 minutes, let the hype flow through you. Welcome, my friends. Let the hype flow. Balin was busy getting... Oh, no. Maybe. I mean, there were Jedi that probably didn't really like that rule. Who knows? Yes, go check out the Vader's Lair Discord, y'all. Abiaki dos Labitos, welcome into the chat as well. Where have you been? I know it's been too long, my dude, but we got it going here. The Ahsoka hype is real. The episode drops in 18 minutes now. We should have like a timer just up, like 18, 17, 16. It's just like the old 24 shows. Balin is actually Grogu's father. Whoa! Dang, he's a little young to be a dad at the time of Grogu. But they would have been born around the same time, so that doesn't really make sense. Andre says, I bet Shin Hati is the product of the break. No, yeah, honestly, I predicted that earlier. I love that idea right there, actually, Andre. So I was wondering, because at one point, I was going on a whole Sheev kick and going way too deep and getting my big brain, my galaxy brain out. As we're going to new galaxies now, I'm going to need multiple brains for multiple galaxies. But I had my normal Star Wars big galaxy brain in. I was thinking to myself, both of these characters have like bright white hair from the first Ahsoka trailer. And maybe it was just the coloring or I was a little dumb, but Shin's hair looks a little bit more blonde. But I was like, what if they're like clones at the time? Well, then I started to think about it. I'm like, what if she's his daughter? And that makes a lot of sense. Like, otherwise, like, you know, he'd just be taking on a random Padawan, which... I mean, Kanan did that for Ezra, but you know, and again, we don't really know what Balin and Shin's backstory is. But if we're speculating here, I mean, it definitely could make sense that that's his daughter, and he's kind of bringing her in as a Padawan to teach her the ways of the Force and to help her survive throughout the galaxy, and taking that student-teacher relationship from a father-daughter one. You know what I mean? It would definitely be an interesting. An interesting twist, I would think. Shin is Targaryen. Targaryen? Yeah, she's definitely Targaryen. I don't know if you spelled that right or if I'm just dyslexic, which maybe I am. Where is our dog? Says Michael. Are you talking about Ezra? So I don't think that Ezra is Marrok. It would be dope if he is. But it wouldn't really make sense if he ended up blasting off with the pathway of Peridia or to Peridia with the Purgle and Thrawn. Like, if Thrawn is at Peridia, like we're being led to believe, it doesn't make sense for Ezra to be in the main Star Wars galaxy still. Maybe he hitched a ride back with the Purgle and was like, all right, yip. Dave Filoni does like, you know, he did work on an Avatar. Steve Starankas has just picked up dinner. Let's go! Yeah, I was thinking, like, I need coffee, and then I realized, like, dude, the episode's out in 15 minutes. Ezra is not Marrok. No, I don't think Ezra is Marrok either. It definitely doesn't really add up. Darth Terminati, welcome into the chat. Plot twist, Ventress is Marrok. Dave Filoni does like to, like, straight up take the books and say, ha! Throw them over the shoulder. No, I'm playing, but he does like to bend the canon of the books at times, and I I feel like him loving Ventress so much and having so much story that he's told with her in the Clone Wars, I feel like he would have wanted to tell the end of her story other than just the books that we got. And I could definitely see him being like, nope, she's back. Plus, Dathomir, like we talked about earlier, could be one of the planets that was in that little the end credits little thing. So if we do visit Dathomir, it would be dope for Ahsoka to see like a Force vision or a Dathomirian ghost or zombie of Ventress. That would be really cool. I mean, what if Ventress knew Morgan Elsbeth? That would be wild. But much love, Darth Terminati. Welcome back into the chat, my dude. Dan the Man says the new Beyond, the Aeon engine, and maybe the World Between Worlds are the future of Star Wars. Let's go. Yeah, dude, I definitely am getting some crazy theories with the World Between Worlds. And I was, again, shower thoughts. I'm all like, yo, what if, again, like, what if the portals or the little, like, rest areas in Jedi Survivor are, like, mini, like, entrances or, like, him meditating into the World Between Worlds or something. And then I'm like, yo, what if hyperspace is a part of the World Between Worlds? And hear me out here. Like, we've learned a lot about hyperspace in the High Republic novels, and the first one that, like, kind of gives you a breakdown from some of the people that, I wouldn't say created it, but are, like, descendants of the people that maybe created it. Obviously, like, Purgle, like, naturally do hyperspace, so nobody really created it. But, or the Purgles kind of really created it. But, it is kind of described as like a different dimension. That's what hyperspace is kind of described as, is like almost like a world between worlds. Like, it's a place where you're slipping in through the main Star Wars universe and like going into another one and like transporting yourself through time and space. Sounds kind of like the World Between Worlds to me a little bit. Just saying. But more than that, though, I'm like starting to get really galaxy big brain, and I'm like, okay, well, what if the World Between Worlds and hyperspace and all this stuff is really just versions of the field of the Force, or just like what the Force is? Because like it's this intangible thing. Well, what if these are like visual representations of entering the Force or being within the Force? And also, to kind of add to that, the Loth Wolves and the Purrgil both use hyperspace and are like Force sensitive creatures in a way. And the Loth Wolves have like this ability called like hyperspace tunnel, or like hyperspace tunneling or something, where they literally can travel from like one part of the planet to the other part of the planet in like seconds or like minutes, you know what I mean? And it literally looks similar to hyperspace. Obviously, the Loth Wolves are clearly tied in some aspect to the World Between Worlds, being on like the portal that Ezra entered in and everything. And maybe that's just tied with Lothal itself, and maybe that's just the Force doing the Force things. But I think it all could be like tied in together. It's just like visual versions of the Force, or like intangible versions of the Force that we can see as like representations. You know what I mean? I don't know. Crazy big brain galaxy stuff. I'm going way too crazy with it. Star Wars Meg said a little bit earlier, they're misleading us with Thrawn. He isn't evil. He's preparing for a threat he's witnessed and will warn the known galaxy. I would love for that to be the case. Thrawn is such a nuanced and interesting character, and I definitely think he's done some very villainous things. But he does them in what he thinks is the name of the greater good. And I still think that makes him a villain, because you're stooping to the level of the enemies. It's kind of the same thing as like Luthen Rael, who's like in his old speech like, I'm condemned to use the tools of my enemies to defeat them. You know what I mean? And like, you know, I'll never see the sunlight because I sacrifice everything. Like, well, like, think about it this way. Like, Thrawn is kind of the same way, where he's like, you know, I'm going to use the Empire because they're less evil than the Grisk, who's this big threat out there from maybe even another galaxy, or maybe even from Peridia. We really don't know yet. But it could be this whole thing where Thrawn was using them and is doing all these evil acts because he truly believes that there's a more evil threat out there in the Grisk. And I definitely think that would be such an interesting thing for them to add into this time period and into the Ahsoka show. It would definitely be a big twist too. Dan the Man says, fun fact, Ventress was almost in Resistance. Dude, that's pretty cool. I did not know that. Dave Filoni didn't really work too much on Resistance, and Ventress would have been dead way before that, I think. So that's interesting if that's true. Star Wars MCU OG says it's almost time, folks. Let's go. 9 minutes, y'all. I can't believe it. Why doesn't Morgan look like a Night Sister? That's a really interesting question, Steve Owen. So real quick to kind of try and touch on that. I don't know. It sounded like her ancestors were Night Sisters, or she's a descendant of them potentially. Who knows? Maybe like what happens if Marin and why can't I think of his name now? If Marin and Cal ever had a kid, I imagine the kid could look a little bit like a human, more so than a Night Sister, maybe. And maybe that's what like the markings on her head is maybe she's like half human, half Night Sister. Morgan Elsbeth definitely couldn't be the child of them. It wouldn't work timeline wise, but you know what I mean. 8 minutes until the episode. Nermavia says Sheev has ways of finding things that some may consider unnatural. I wish I could do it the way that Ian does it. Yeah, that was terrible that time. Trying too hard. Sheev. Dan the Man says, have you ever seen the What If This the sequel trilogy was awesome videos? They just did Rise of Skywalker 4 days ago. No. No, I haven't seen them. That's funny. No. I try not to hate on the sequels too much. They're definitely not my favorite of the movies. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't find enjoyment poo-pooing on the things that I didn't like. If anything, I like making memes out of them. Cause like, yeah, like it's fun to like mess with them. Like, it's like, okay, this scene wasn't that great. They fly now. Like, I like to have fun and poke in that way. I don't know though. Cause like that's a way to still make it like a fun experience and not just, oh, the sequels suck. It's like that. Where does that get you except upset? Saber Smith says, Sheev, where did you find Ahsoka sabers? I can't find them anywhere online. They're probably sold out. But they're probably on the Disney shop and at Batu at Galaxy's West or East in Florida or Los Angeles, Anaheim, I guess. Happy Rey Palpatine Skywalker Day, Sheev. I didn't know it was Rey Palpatine Skywalker Day, but every day is Rey Palpatine Skywalker Day. It's not poo-pooing, it's retelling. Interesting. Andre, I like fan films and stuff like that, so that's interesting. Andre says, me before Ahsoka. There's no way Luke will not appear. Dave Filoni introduces a new galaxy. Psych! Yeah, I feel you. Luke could definitely still be in it, but I feel it kind of feels like we're just like, oh, bye galaxy we knew and love. But also that's so exciting to me. Like I'm here for it, man. Her sabers are up for pre-sale on Disney site. There you go. Mateo just confirmed it. Thanks for letting us know. I definitely got to go check it out now, even though it's probably out of my price range. Scroll back for my Zepho connection for the World Between Worlds. Dude, I had so many thoughts of the World Between Worlds earlier and how it connects to everything in the Force and Star Wars earlier. And definitely, when you guys were talking about the path earlier and thinking about Eno Cordova and the Zepho, I was definitely thinking earlier about how the Zepho could tie into the World Between Worlds and the pathway to Peridia as well. And yes, 5 minutes. Let's go. All right, I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna refresh everything. Make sure we're ready to go, because I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready for the epicness that we're about to consume. Yes, let's go. Yeah, the sabers that I have, though, are from the Clone Wars, and I think those are still available at Galaxy's Edge, too. I'm not sure, because they could have swapped them out for the new Ahsoka sabers from the show. But the Clone Wars ones were, Okay, so they made Rebels ones like I was talking about earlier, and the Rebels sabers definitely look like the ones from the Ahsoka show because they're the same thing, but they were a little bit more McClunky. You know what I mean? Like McClunky. No, they were a little bit clunky though, and I at the time I don't think that I had gone when they were available, and when I ended up going, they had already created the Clone Wars ones, which are absolutely gorgeous, and they're probably some of the most like accurate sabers that they have at Galaxy's Edge in terms of size, and just they're amazing, man. And they were also kind of sort of in a price range that was like, dude, 2 sabers for this price, give it to me. But the new ones are like $100 more than the other ones were. Oh my goodness, can you do the Grogu hype emote in real life? Yeah. Yes, I can. Tommy, welcome into the chat. Have fun tonight, everybody. Hey, much love, my dude. I hope you have fun and enjoy the episode as well. Here we go, though. We got 4 minutes to go. Let's do it. Do it. He put a Rancor to sleep. Yes, he did. Grogu is him. Grogu is him. Alright, Nermafia, I'll see you in a little bit if you get out of here. Put that Rancor to sleep, Sheev. It's time for Ahsoka. You into episode 3 here. 3 minutes to go. If you guys got any last predictions for the night, make sure to throw it in. I think we're going to C-Toss in the beginning. We're going to have Ahsoka fighting Balin. We're going to have Shin trying to shoot down Ahsoka and Sabine. We're probably going to see some Purgles because it was already hinted at in episode 2. Let's get it going, though. The hype is real. MK Matt, let's go. Star Wars Academy says, was that buffering? Just me? I don't know. It could have been me. The hype is getting too real, and I know that my computer probably is spazzing out over the hype too. So if there is any buffering, I apologize. It's not my fault. I'm late, but I'm here. T-Man Does Games. No worry, my dude. Welcome into the chat. I'll be back, everybody. Hey, enjoy Sabersmith. I hope you enjoy the episode. Let me know in the chat here before it comes up in the next 2 minutes. It might be up now. Actually, I'm going to refresh. Do you guys want to start now or in a couple minutes so everybody has time to get in and get ready? Let the hype begin! Let's go down! Dude, this show is so dang exciting. 14 million people tuned in to episode 1. I'm hoping even more tune in as we get to episode 5 and the end of the show with episode 8. It's going to be a fire journey, and here we are with the next part. Week 2, 1 minute to go. Refreshing the plus on the Disney. Let's do it. Come on now. I'm waiting for it. Episode. I'm just too hyped right now. Not up just yet. Refresh. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm trying. The hype is real. We better start immediately. Yeah. The hype is too real. They're releasing it at a reasonable hour. We're starting it immediately. Drove me crazy last week. I'm with you. 12-minute episode. No, it could be 40 to 35 to 40 minutes, and I think that's fine even. But the longer is better. The longer is better, especially because we don't have two episodes to double up on now. And we're gonna have a lot of speculation to talk about at the end too. So even if you guys are gonna like mute us or put us, hyper focusing on the episode, I don't blame you. And 6 o'clock, refresh. Come on, it's out. Let's go. Okay, the hype is real, y'all. Part 3. We got Shin with the little headpiece in her ship, like I was thinking. Hera tangles with New Republic politics. Ooh, maybe we get some mama tonight. While Ahsoka and Sabine ran voyage to a distant planet. All right, 36 minutes, y'all. Let's get this one up. I'm going to make sure to pause it at 0 seconds. Get the timer ready so you guys still have a little bit of time to get it going. And then let's start this thing. I can't wait any longer. I can't wait any longer. Alright, episode 3. I don't really need to put the episode number up. We all know it's episode 3, Sheev. Come on. Alright, let's start this thing, though. I'm ready. We're going to turn down the music. And let us begin with episode 3 of the Ahsoka Show. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Do it. Oh, no. Come on. Transition. Oh, my goodness. Okay, I'm going to shrink this. We got the map making its comeback. Oh my gosh. I can't. It feels unreal that the episodes drop at this hour now. It is a hyperdrive score. For the Empire. Ooh, Marrok. I'm telling y'all, man, he was holding his own against Ahsoka. Let's go. Fall short of them all. Whew. Burn. Did we crash Disney Plus? It's not opening for me. No. RF, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh man, I mentioned Anakin already. Maybe Balin. I'm telling y'all, we might get that interaction between Balin and Ahsoka. Whew. The hype is real. Here we go. It lagged for me too, but it's going through. Oh, the fire music. Let's go. Kyners, I love you. Yo, that was a clone trooper. Marrok keeps being blue in this. It's interesting. Sabine's helmet's red though, so I'm not gonna read too deep into it. Woohoo! Let's go, KG. Yo, hyperspace. Star Wars. What up, T. Davidson? Yo. That's sick. You already know Sabine's going to put in that work. That's dope. He's got... This is so freaking cool, man. Oof. Oh, shots fired again. Hu Yang's a savage. Ooh, different style? It's not up to you. So far, so good tonight. Let's go, OG. Sabine looks great. Facts, he does keep it real. He's a droid, though. Of course he does. She's looking at... You told her that? It's true! Oh! Ooh. He's taking shots. But yeah, he is keeping it real, though. Barely. Remember, you were kind of stabbed the other day? I'm so dead. Yeah, perfect. Yes! Reverse grip! Do it! No, put it back in reverse grip. Come on, Sabine. Ooh, I like the music that's starting up. What the heck? Alright, this is so cool. We're seeing some of the in-depth training with her. That I never thought we would see Sabine being Ahsoka's apprentice, man. This is the coolest thing. Steph Green directed this one too. I know last episode was directed by Steph Green. Luke training. Oh, sheesh. Definitely can't sense nothing. Sorry, Sabine. It's sad, man. Come on, Sabine. Ezra did this early on too. Yeah, and her and Zeb would always mess with him too at the time. I bet she really regrets that. Sabine is ripped. I was just thinking that myself when it did like one of the further out shots. I'm like, dang, Natasha looks great. Maybe that's one of the one of the, like, you know, stunt doubles, but she looks bulked. Sabine. Okay, she's starting to get it a little bit, maybe. Not really, but she's trying. Natasha's bulked. This is sick. Oop, got him. Yeah, I heard some people theorizing maybe Sabine trains Jason someday. I'm like, that's a cool idea. That's her Mandalorian ways. Yeah, so freaking cool seeing Ahsoka as a master. Go again. Yeah, she's being just like Anakin was to her. Train, train, train. It's gonna save your life. Yeah. Time to fly. Let's go. Fly with the Purgle. Ooh. Blue Squadron? Zeb? Are we gonna see Zeb? Yo. Yo, this looks so freaking dope. I love space Star Wars. That looks amazing. Ooh, New Republic politics. Here we come. Siono? Interesting. Oh, is that the Star Wars Resistance guy? Yeah, right? Hey. Mama! Young Jason! Yes, he's somewhere. Oh my god, that's amazing. Haha. That's yeah, Jono is the father of the character Kaz from Resistance. Interesting. Sounds like she's a former Imperial, you know what I mean? Nope. Ah. Yep. Yes, Mon Mothma. Dude, you were afraid of back in the day. She's pretty certain. What up, Brian Stone? Don't worry, my dude. Hop in, my guy. I mean, he's right, but also no. Like, ooh. She's like, I fought it every day. Hera is so freaking badass in this show. I freaking love her, man. Yeah. Shots fired at everybody from Hera's direction. I lost my mans, fam. Hera is awesome. She fought against him for years. Prevent another one. Yep. No, he's not. Kanan would be proud of his hell of her. Oh my god. Chopper, you. Oh my god, he looks a little bit like Kanan. Oh my god. Y'all. I can't. That was freaking cool. Me too, Andre. I can't. I wasn't ready. Deep breath, deep breath. I like that he's best friends with Chopper too. The two of them are gonna get in so much trouble. I love that table too, Brian. It just pops out of the ground. So convenient. Nope. No corners to cut. He looked like Kanan, fam. That hurt. Yes, it does. Your connection to it just isn't strong enough. You're not open enough to it. Yep. So, same with training. Indeed. Incredible lessons to teach and learn. I like that she's being a good teacher here because she knows Sabine. She knows. This is so cool, man. I like that we've spent a lot of time with them so far. Like they're still in hyperspace. Huyang has some pretty high. Were they? Yeah, they did fail. So multiple of them have then clearly, and we already know Sabine, Grogu, and Sabine's ancestor, Tar Vizsla, were all Jedi Mandalorians. Oh, move it, Sabine. You can do it. She does look a lot like animated Ahsoka. Jason must be protected at all costs. Facts, Andre. That kid better not fall to the dark side. Protect him. Yeah, Sabine, believe. She's not going to be able to move it. You can do it, though! Just a smidge. Just a little bit. Thanks for the love in the chat, y'all. It surrounds us, binds us, it penetrates us. Next time. The cup's like, yeah, you already know. Good old green hair broom. Yeah, green hair boy indeed. Hey, Hera, what up? Darn. At least we got to see Jason. Of course they didn't. Ooh, it's about to get spicy. Are they drinking sake? Maybe. I don't think sake is in Star Wars, but there is spotchka. Maybe that's spotchka. I'm becoming a Natasha Liu fan. Me too. I love Natasha Liu. She's doing great. No, it's the Eye of Sion. Uh-oh, ship alarm. Guess who it is? Yo, they're like World War II planes almost. That's cool. What the heck? Shin's ship is sick. It looks like Grievous's ship. Is that what they're in? That's no moon. Yeah, Marrok is there too. Dang. Ha. Dude, this is so sick. Be nice if Hera was there. Who are the other dudes? Just more mercenaries? Shin. Oh, man. Yeah, no, it is a time. You got this. Oh man, Marrok and they're putting in work. Not doing well this week on my predictions at Brian Stones. Oh no. Come on, Sabine. Come on. Come on, Ahsoka. There you go. Work with her. There you go, Ahsoka. That felt like a momentum shift right there. You know what I mean? Let's see. Let's see. Flow with her. Let's go. Fire, Sabine. Their ship is crazy, fam. Damn. Oh, that's Marrok. Damn. Whoo, chicken. Got him. Bye-bye, you. Let's go. This is so sick. I'm loving this, y'all. Huda. Guta. Yeah, don't get too cocky. Oh man, that was sick. Woo! Yo, that was dope. Yeah, this could definitely be straight out of Rebels. I'm loving this, man. Oh man. There it is, the Eye of Sion. Yeah. Yup, that's what they've been building. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is so freaking cool. Prepare the turbo lasers. Oh, man, this thing is fully armed and operational. Oh, it's all good. Ash, hop in, my guy. We got a lot to talk about tonight. The Eye has been one of my favorite new ships. Dude, that thing is crazy. Turbo lasers primed and ready. Open fire. Oh my goodness. We got to go down into the planet real quick. Yeah, it is an awesome ship. This thing is crazy. So is Hera's and Sabine's too, or Hera. Ahsoka and Sabine's. Closer, please. Hu Yang's like an epic comic relief for this show, man. Damn, there. Whew. Morgan's like, yes, get closer, closer. Thrawn is going to be even more. Yeah, imagine Thrawn with the Eye of Sion. That would not be good. Yeah, let's keep spoilers out of the chat. I'll try not to freak out too much, Ash. Scan complete. Oh my. What the flip just happened? Yo, that's terrible. Oh my gosh, this show is insane. Sheesh. You almost got them. Uh-oh. Now they're screwed. Let's go. Get out of there, fam. What? Yo! Yo! Let's go! Oh my goodness. This is gonna be so cool. I mean, we did see her wearing kind of a spacesuit in one of the trailers. Like, yo, this is so cool. That is sick. Oh my god. Yo. Dave, you freaking psychopath. Oh my god. Yo, that was Sam Witwer. That was Sam Witwer, y'all. I don't care. What the flip? Yo! That was so hard. I was thinking that too. Like, if you actually powered up Hu Yang, you could probably help. Yo, this is so freaking cool. Yo. She's just flying around. This is sick. Ahsoka is for sure the GOAT. For sure the GOAT. Oh, man. This is so good. Let's go. Let's go. Show me what you got, Ahsoka. Oh, yeah. Hop in. Let's go. Oh, no. THD, this is amazing. Here we go. The Purgle scene? Come on, give me some Purgle. That was sick as hell, man. Space scene Ahsoka's gonna go down in history as one of the coolest freaking scenes. Marrok and Shin are on them like that. Purrgil. Purrgil. Yo! They are glorious. Oh my gosh. Yo. Oh my god. That's so cool. Marrok's like looking like, what the hell? Yo. We're getting closer to Ezra, y'all. We're getting closer. Y'all should grab onto the Purrgil. Let's be real. This is so freaking epic. This is so cool. Yeah, I definitely think there's going to be a season 2 of Ahsoka THG. We'll see where the story takes us. But I think that there's going to be a season 2. Oh my god, that's so cool. Oh my god, that's so cool. Shin definitely got some crazy eyes. Yeah, her eyeshadow makes her look psycho. She's so cool though. This is so freaking epic, y'all. The music is epic too, man. Oh, where'd they go? This is so damn good. I'm watching the Clone Wars now. Fam, we're watching Clone Wars, Rebels, and everything. This is Dave Filoni at his peak. My guy is reaching his peak. Let's get that fight with Balin going now, yeah? Yay! Welcome back, Huyang. Steve. Yeah, so much like OG Star Wars but new. That's the Dave Filoni magic, man. He's got it. He's got it. One of the best episodes of Star Wars ever. I know, and it's not even over. This is so damn good. Star Wars is really like that right now, man. It's getting that good. The live action is getting that good. Only 8 more minutes. They could put a lot, though. Damn. Cetos is creepy, but I freaking love it already. This is Cetos. The planet we visited last episode. Ooh, there they go. Rematch time. That's Sam Witwer, fam. Nothing. I'm gonna like put that in like some audio mix and like try to like mess with it, make it sound like Sam Witwer. Someone needs to reverse Ruby's voice. Facts. And pronto. She seems like she's connecting to the Force. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna fit a Star Destroyer in. Ahsoka in the blue armor is sick. Yeah, that's so dope. It's got like the Clone Wars things on it too. Pauldrons. That's so cool. It's got like a Vader breather on it. It's like the good version of Vader. Oh. Yep. They're like, you didn't see, fam? Oh, I'm so dead. Yo, let's go, man. I probably missed something there. I feel like I missed the pathway to Peridia last episode. I feel like I just missed something there. Y'all are gonna die. The migration patterns at the Purgle. They're probably gonna end it here, huh? That fight's gonna happen next week. No, don't end the episode yet. I knew it. Damn, what an episode, y'all. Another one by Steph Green. Let me know what you guys thought on a scale of 1 to 10 down in the chat below. Star Wars is getting that good, man. Whoo! This episode was freaking epic. I don't know what y'all thought. 10 out of 10 for me. I think every episode of this show is going to be a 10 out of 10, but damn, we got some Purgle. We got to see a lot of Ahsoka and Sabine. The training sequences with Sabine were epic. I love to see the kind of stuff that we saw with Huyang using his kind of training equipment. That was cool. That was some really cool training sequences that everybody always complains like, oh, we never see Rey train. We barely see Luke train in this Empire. And then, you know, Anakin's out here training for years. Like, well, here we go with some really freaking dope training with Sabine, and I loved to see Ahsoka as a master and kind of going through the process of teaching Sabine the Force. I love what they covered in this episode. Man, Dave Filoni is making some magic with this show, man. Let's go. I'll give it a solid 8, says Tim. Hell yeah, 10 out of 10 from Michael. A 9 out of 10 from Saber Smith. Sire Speed Review says a 9 for me. Oh man, this one was good. Yes, it was. The action was fire. Yeah, honestly, I think that they're getting elite with these space battles. I love to see some of the stuff they're doing in Mando. It was absolutely epic seeing Mando using his N1 starfighter to wreak havoc on some random like dudes, you know what I mean? Just some random pirates. Well, seeing this against Shin and Ahsoka and Sabine and Ahsoka like finally working together in that scene where they're fighting against them, or you know, doing the little space dogfight, epic, man. Definitely some epic stuff. And yeah, I think that they're getting real good with those dogfights and some of the stuff we've been seeing in terms of the action too. Like, we barely even got any real like action in this episode other than dogfights, which obviously that's action too, which is epic. But that was so dope. I gotta like turn the background music. It's so epic. And of course, we did hear Marrok in this episode. So yeah, we're going to have to reverse engineer whoever is voicing him, and just, it's going to sound like Sam Witwer. I already know. I hope it does, man. That would be so cool. That space battle was long. I appreciate that. It was epic, man. The Purgle at the end of it was so cool, too, and them getting the scan. That, honestly, I love the little, like, intense scene of them flying closer and closer to the Eye of Sion and them shooting through it. I thought they blew up for a second. Real talk. I was like, damn, did they just blow up? Like, are we about to see some, like, Leia flying through the space stuff? And then that Ahsoka scene with her in space, y'all. Oh, my goodness. That was so cool. That was so freaking cool. She is the GOAT, hands down. She's definitely rising back up the leaderboards of my favorite characters. Not that she wasn't already like a top 5, but yo, that was sick. When she got out there in that blue little spacesuit, lit up the lightsabers, I was like, oh, it's going down. It's going down. That was freaking epic, man. Purgles! Yes! It was so cool to see them fire speed. They look epic. They look epic in live action. That was totally worth the wait all this time. It was amazing. Lots of tension in this episode. Yeah, there was. They're definitely, they've been given definitely some tension throughout the entire season so far. Some high stakes from the get-go. Opening with a red crawl and red logos and everything. And then having Baylan and Shin just go ham on a New Republic prison ship to get Morgan Elsbeth. It's been a very tense show so far. Brian Stone says the end credits definitely sound like Game of Thrones. You can already listen to that song on like Apple Music and like everywhere. That the final song of the end credits is epic. I love that thing. Been blasting it at work. But yeah, dude, the end credits, I think there's a lot going on in those, and I think they're gonna kind of give us, it kind of gives us a hint as to what's coming in the show. Earlier, you guys were asking if we thought there was going to be a season 2 of the show. Oh yes, I feel like there's going to be a season 2 of the show. Dave Filoni is going to take his time with this masterpiece, and so far, so damn good. He's so damn good. Ahsoka equals Space Wizard. Star Wars MCU OG says 3 episodes in. I think that if you're a Rebels fan, you're enjoying this. What say you? Oh, yeah, I'm enjoying this. You already know. I definitely think Rebels fans are going to freaking love and eat this stuff up, and I feel like we already are. Darth Terminati says this is so damn good. It freaking is, man. I really can't understand it. It's mind-blowing. I can't wait to see where this rest of the show goes. And next week, I think we're getting that. We're gonna have some epic moments of Ahsoka mowing down these I don't even know what to call them, these bounty hunter wannabes that Balin's sending after him in the woods. We're gonna see some epic stuff. Hopefully we get a rematch with Marrok, a match between Balin and Ahsoka. I still want to find out who the heck Marrok is. They're like teasing us the whole dang show with that. We might not even find out this season. Sam Witwer has been credited twice now. I think he's been credited 3 times, if I'm not mistaken, but definitely probably in this one. I'm convinced it's Starkiller, says Dan the Man. Me too. I think it's him. I think it's a canonized Starkiller. Marrok is him. It's here. Darth Terminati says this episode was so Clone Warsy. It was, dude. It had a lot of Clone Wars and Rebels vibes, and especially that like Purgle scene and everything, and them flying through. It definitely felt like that Dave Filoni magic. You know what I mean? Like, is it me or does Jason look more like he's Ezra's kid than Kane? Oh, we all know what his dad was like. Oh. No, I'm just playing. Come on, don't do that to me. I mean, they never said it was Kanan's kid. That's messed up, man. That's messed up. Nah, he looked like Kanan a little bit. I actually got the green hair looked better than I thought it would. I will say that. And it's like we were talking about earlier. Morgan Elsbeth, like, she doesn't really look like a Night Sister. I'm like, well, maybe she's half human. You know what I mean? Like Jason Palpatine. Y'all are so freaking wild. I can't, yo. How old is Jason? Looks a little older than the epilogue. No, he should be about the same age. Maybe it has been a year or 2, potentially even from when Dave Filoni originally made the epilogue. His hair was definitely longer than was in the epilogue. But yeah, it's definitely possible. It's maybe been a little bit of time since then even. Marrok's voice was interesting, very interesting. Yeah, Steve Owen, I agree with you 100%, dude. It was really interesting. You could tell it was like edited the hell out of it. You know, they edited the hell out of Marrok's voice, and it's probably because it's freaking Starkiller. Andre says, so who do you think Marrok is? It's Galen Marrok, Starkiller, and canon. No, I'm convinced that Marrok, the Inquisitor, is Galen Marrok, Starkiller. And for those of you guys that haven't seen my explanation already, I still have another week apparently to get my video out that I've been grinding on. First of all, Starkiller, or Galen Marrok, is played by Sam Witwer, who's been all over Star Wars since he played the character and is good friends with Dave Filoni. Dave Filoni brought him in to basically be in Clone Wars, I think, when which is funny because, again, Clone Wars was created around the same time as his character, but he brought him into Clone Wars as the brother of the father, the son, and the daughter. Sam Witwer is literally the brother in Clone Wars, in why can't I think of the planet now? In the father, son, and the daughter. I don't know why I can't think of the planet. Anyway, though, he voiced that character in Clone Wars, and he's been all over Star Wars since. He played Darth Maul in the Clone Wars too. He played Palpatine at one point for a couple of things, and he's done a lot of voice acting work in Star Wars, and people were even saying, "Oh, we shouldn't take it too deep that Sam Witwer is voice acting in this show. Like, he voice acts in a lot of them. Even in Andor, he's a random sand trooper that ends up, I think, arresting Andor." Like, you know, Sam Witwer is all over Star Wars, and again, he was brought back in 2008. I think originally around the same time as Clone Wars, when both Ahsoka was introduced as the apprentice of Anakin and Galen Merrick was introduced, or Starkiller was introduced as the apprentice of Vader. Again, you have also the fact that Ahsoka was kind of brought back to life in the Clone Wars at one point by the daughter, and is kind of like has the embodiment of the daughter within her, or following her ever since. You know what I mean? You take the fact that Sam Witwer was literally the voice of the son, and I don't know, I think Anakin was supposed to take the place of the father in that little arc of the Mortis arc. So I don't know, maybe Marrok is the secret Inquisitor, and that's maybe how he even survived, because the Inquisitor should have been dead like 12 years ago at this point. Maybe he was the secret apprentice / Inquisitor of Vader, because guess what? Vader didn't really like the Inquisitors. All of them were kind of just thrown upon him, because really those were Palpatine's dogs to go hunt the Jedi. You couldn't really expect Vader to go hunt every single one of them, so he brought these Jedi traitors in to basically do his dirty work and go chase after them. And Vader was kind of like, these dudes suck. I knew all of them in the Order. I hate them. They're terrible. He would literally torture them and chop off their limbs to try and make them stronger in the dark side. And probably also just because he's like, these guys suck. So it's totally within the realm of possibility that he was like, screw all of these Inquisitors, dudes. They are useless. And most of them can't even kill a damn Jedi. So it's possible he went out of his own way to kind of continue the rule of two. Heck, we saw Dooku have his own apprentice at one point. Palpatine clearly was having apprentices while being under his master as well. It's totally a Sith thing to do, to have a secret apprentice that your master don't know about. You know what I mean? He wants to take over, continue the rule of two. So it's not at all out of the realm of question that Vader, while he had his apprentice in Ahsoka in canon, could have also in canon had an apprentice as Vader and was secretly his Inquisitor. Heck, in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, we see a scene at the end where after he fights Obi-Wan, Palpatine straight up tells Vader, "Yo, your obsession with Kenobi's gotta chill. You gotta stop doing this. I need you for other stuff. We're way too busy taking over the galaxy right now. Chill." And Vader's just like, okay. You really think Vader was okay with that? I don't buy that for a second. I definitely think it's possible he could have been like, yo, these Inquisitors suck. Reva just tried to kill me. I knew she was going to be useless. I knew she was going to do that from the beginning. But I got my own dude over here that Palpatine don't know about. I'm going to still hunt Kenobi with him. And I'm just saying, maybe they could even throw that into a Kenobi season 2 where Vader's secret apprentice is chasing after Ewan McGregor Obi-Wan. Like, that would be really cool. It would be so dope. And yeah, there's so much more evidence throughout Star Wars lately. They've been kind of teasing a return of Galen Merrick. In the Andor show, we saw his armor, or his like Sith Inquisitor kind of armor. The Inquisitors were kind of inspired by Galen Merrick in a way. And Dave Filoni even wanted to bring Galen Merrick as an Inquisitor into canon in Rebels, but he felt like there wasn't a story that kind of made it fit. And I think in the Ahsoka show, he found a way to make it fit, especially with it being a show about the apprentice of Anakin. How cool would it be for her to find out, well, he had another one? Like, that would be so dope. I'm sorry. I'm way on it. Not everyone can move a coffee mug, but she can sense things like Ahsoka was trying to get her to do. Yeah, she definitely could. You could tell that she was definitely thinking there when she saw the Purgles and sensed them. Like, there were moments that you could tell Sabine definitely is connected to the Force, but she's clearly not too strong with it, which I was talking about weeks ago, man. People were like, oh, is Sabine Force sensitive? I was even working on a video on if Sabine was Force sensitive, and hell yeah, she is. And that was obviously proved in the first 2 episodes, but dude, everyone in the Force, like I was saying a couple weeks ago, everyone in the Star Wars universe is connected to the Force. It's about how open to it you are, and clearly a little bit due to talent and probably midichlorian counts, which is probably contributes to the talent. And like Huyang is even saying, she probably has a very low midichlorian count and is not open to the Force because she's a Mandalorian. Like, she's pretty opposite thinking of what the Jedi are. She's not very open to the Force. Vader didn't give a F about any of the Inquisitors. No, he didn't, Andre. The haters are going to be livid, says Brian. Good. No, I don't know, man. I love it. Starkiller and Reva are the last Inquisitors, and are there more, says Dan the Man. Well, we don't know what happened to Reva after Kenobi, and that would have taken place about 20 years before the Ahsoka show. Maybe Reva's still out there, but yeah, whoever this Marrok character is, he definitely is probably the last Inquisitor in the galaxy at this point. Could Marrok be Mara Jade? I heard some people talking about that. That would be kind of cool. I'm not a Mara Jade hater or anything. I read the Heir to the Empire novel, and I gotta say she was probably one of my favorite parts of it, to be honest. It was cool to see her interacting with Luke and kind of meeting that character, because I really didn't know too much about Mara Jade at the time when I dived into Heir to the Empire. She's an interesting character, man. I definitely would not hate the idea of Marrok being a Mara Jade, but I kind of doubt it. I don't think Mara Jade's gonna ever be canonized. Shin Hati is Mara Jade, says Dan the Man. That would be cool. That she could be the canonized version. Mara Jade sounds awfully manly if that's the case. Yeah, that's funny. Y'all are silly. Timothy says, we still have no answers about Sabine's family. Yeah, this was kind of, it's kind of irking me now that you bring this up. You know what I mean? We still have no answers about Sabine's family. They haven't talked about them at all. Yeah, I don't think they have. And obviously, shit went down on Mandalore. Excuse my language. But stuff was going down on Mandalore a little bit before the show, or in between Rebels and where our characters are now, in the past like 10 years or so. The Night of 1,000 Tears would have happened somewhat recently. And yeah, I've been wondering this entire time what could have happened to Sabine's family. It's possible she's had time to mourn them, and it's possible that's even part of why she's got this anger and everything. I don't know. I mean, granted, she's always a little feisty, but Dan the Man says Vader did have an apprentice in Vader Immortal. It's implied they went treasure hunting, though. That's possible too, though. I mean, they could have been doing hunting for all sorts of stuff. Skywalker's Academy says Han and all this no-look shots proving people have the Force and can't move them up. Yeah, that's funny too. That is true. Timothy says, you'd think since Mando and this takes place at the same time, Sabine would be more connected to the Mando stories. Really, though, that is something I've always kind of struggled with, and thought that maybe it's something that she kind of maybe resents herself for, or like has some issues with at this time period, is the fact that she wasn't there for her people potentially. But yeah, I feel like they definitely got to integrate that at some point. And if Mando ends up coming into the storyline, that whole can of worms is going to open up. And heck, the fact that Din and Grogu were flying by some Purrgil and Mando, I mean, it's possible. You know what I mean? It's definitely possible we see Mando in this show. I'm missing Zeb and Ezra and hyped AF for Thrawn. Me too. And I'm definitely missing some Zeb and Ezra too right now. You know what I mean? As the Rebels truther that I am, I want to see him soon. The fire for sure. Sabine is dark force sensitive, bro. Thrives on anger. Yeah, that's an interesting thing. Maybe she's gonna be kind of like Mace Windu, where she feeds off the dark side of others. You know what I mean? It's also super interesting too. So in the beginning little titles, when they show all the characters, like the helmets and the droid heads and all that stuff, almost every time it's been kind of color coordinated, where like good guys are red or blue and bad guys are red. No, I'm mixing it up. Obviously at the start of the season, Dave Filoni hit us with that like all red intro. So that was kind of one of the first like changes where it was like that, where all the characters were red. But in the two intros in episodes 2 and 3, Sabine's helmet, I think it's Sabine's helmet at least, is red. And then we see a blue helmet for Marrok, which is definitely interesting. And again, to the whole thing with Marrok, Marrok in a Thorian text basically means a knight thought to be a werewolf, so it's definitely possible we just think this dude's a bad guy, but really it's a good guy helping out our dudes and undercover as a bad guy. Love the episode. Almost wrecked, says Smalls. Dude, it was so good. It was so freaking good, man. And yeah, they almost blew up. I'm wrecked after seeing Ahsoka do that awesome space sequence, dude. That was sick. Brandon Alvarado says the senator next to Mon Mothma is Kaz's father from Star Wars Resistance. Yes, he is. And it's actually super interesting to see him be juxtaposed of position or whatever from Hera. And dude, that Hera sequence, first of all, so freaking epic. She's such a badass in this show. Last episode, she's like, really? An unsealed document that I'm authorizing it. You know what I mean? Like she's taking charge, you know what I mean? And then this one, she just walked right into the Senate and was like, nah, y'all listen up, fam. Thrawn is alive and he's coming. And Kaz's dad's like, no, he's not. And I'm just like, come on, Kaz's daddy. What you talking about, Giano? He's alive. You gotta be ready. You gotta be ready. And they're not going to be, because that's the New Republic for you. Bruh, Dave is obsessed with wolves. He really freaking is. He really is. He really freaking is. F around and find out. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to F around with who Marrok is, but I still ain't found out. Mom Mama is like mom that failed, but Hera is that mom. Dude, I love Mom Mama, dude. It was so cool to see her in this episode, and I love that she's kind of got that connection with Hera. She was like, oh, he's probably, you know, she even brought up Jason and how he's probably running around causing trouble with Chopper. I loved seeing Chopper and Jason, man, and it really hits you in the feels because you just instantly think about Kanan. It makes you so sad. It really does, man. So cool to finally see Jason, though, and I love that him and Chopper are getting into trouble together, and the Chopper was kind of, you know, telling him things he maybe shouldn't. You know, the two of them are probably best friends. I freaking love that. Nermavi says New Republic sucks. Long live Thrawn. Long live the Empire. I love that scene with Hera too in this episode where she's just like, long live the Empire. That's definitely what we want to put out there. Hera's gonna go anyway. Chopper too. Yeah, I hope so, man. It seemed like they were being left behind in this last episode. I'm like, no, I know we're going to a new galaxy and I'm hyped for it, but I want to bring everybody along with, you know what I mean? We got to bring the whole crew for the ride. Yeah, Hera takes care of all of us. She really does. She really does. Hera is Ezra's baby mom. Oh, that's got to be the funniest thing I've ever heard. The fact that they never really confirmed that it's the, like, we all just assume it's Kanan's kid, but I mean, she didn't really confess her love for Kanan until after he was gone, and then she spent a little bit more time with Ezra, you know. I'm sorry, that's just bad. That's wrong. That's wrong. Yo, that's wrong. Small says, Hera talking about the people they lost in the Thrawn conflict. Yeah, and she even said, like, family. I'm like hubby, fam. That was your husband. The senator is in league with the old Empire. Yeah, I felt like one of them definitely was. Definitely not Giano. Obviously, him being Kaz's dad, I don't think that he's in league with the Empire. But some of the other ones I definitely think could be trying to hide the fact that the Empire is hiding right underneath the nose. Hera is going to reach out to Zeb for some X-Wing backup. Yo, I when we first saw the blue ships, I was like, Blue Squadron? Zeb is a part of Blue Squadron? Like, please. Like, I wonder if he was flying around there. Small says, damn, gonna spam. I don't know what's going on in the chat. Y'all are wild. Man, I freaking love this show. I love this episode. I love Dave Filoni. Star Wars is hyped. It's good to see the vibes in the fandom right now and people enjoying the show. I'm excited to see what everybody kind of thought of this episode. I thought that we would actually get a little bit further than we even did, and I love that they're kind of taking their time with it, man. Dave Filoni's really taking his time to tell this story right. And I feel like he's been thinking about it for years. You know what I mean? So it's going to be the perfect story by the time he's done with it. And I'm enjoying the hell out of it so far. 3 episodes in. Damn, the man says, damn, for so long I had Skeleton Crew as Jason Sindula show. Doesn't look like that kid is in the cast. Damn, all right. Well, that definitely is interesting. They could be hiding him. Probably not, though. And I was kind of holding out hope that maybe Jason would be in that show, too. But who knows? Maybe it's going to be some kids that are aligned with Luke Skywalker. It's supposed to be at the same time as the Mando era. I definitely have some theories right now that they're going to end up following the path to Peridia and ending up in this new galaxy or something. I mean, I had a cool idea the other day, too, that maybe they end up on Dathomir at some point or, like, stranded there. And having some, like, Goonies vibes with the kids on Dathomir would be wild. Good battle scars. Oh, good battle scenes. So I'm happy, says Star Wars MCU OG. Hell yeah, man. It was a dope episode. Ahsoka on that ship was crazy, dude. It was so epic, Ash. I'm like reeling over it still. That was like easily one of the best scenes I've seen in years. Ezra equals pimp of the decade. I'm so dead. That blue outfit was so cool too, bro. It really freaking was, Timothy. I love that blue outfit and the fact she was still chilling in it after. I hope that we see some sequences of her killing the bounty hunters in it next episode with her 2 sabers. Hopefully we get some more Sabine with her using Ezra's saber and actually having the armor on. It's weird to me that Natasha hasn't put the helmet on yet, man. I want to see some Sabine with the helmet on. And I know that, like, we definitely want to see the actors' faces, and Sabine ain't got that Mando life, you know. She ain't living by the code. But I would love to see her put the helmet on. I don't know if it's like a wig issue or what's going on, but they didn't do it for the Rebel sequence where it was like, you know, the one that they translated from animation to live action. She puts her helmet on in that sequence, and they didn't do that in the live action version. So I'm hoping we see Sabine wear the helmet at some point, because I'm starting to feel like maybe we won't. Ahsoka threw on some gravity boots for that one. Yeah, that was so. She was like floating in space though. She's like, "Please come get me." I loved it, man. They're haunted by the ghost of Darth Maul on Dathomir. That would be so cool. It's just him and Ventress like coming to get the kids. That would be dope, man. What a freaking episode, though. Tim says, true, we see her in the trailer without a helmet, too. Yeah, man, I feel like we might not see her with a helmet, and that makes me sad. I like Sabine's helmet. Only 3 more episodes, says Darth Maximus? No. 5 more episodes. There's 8 episodes this season, y'all. 8 episodes. 5 more to go. I guess there's only 5 weeks. I was tripping earlier. 5 more weeks to go, though. There's a lot of hype to come. I'm going to continue to work on that Galen Marrok video. Or, the Marrok video. Because he's Galen Marrok. It was a really fun episode, General Grievous. I'm having a blast with it. This isn't 6 episodes, is it? It's 8. No, I don't think it's 9. I believe it is 8. I said that in the beginning, that it's only 5. Oh, that's what you were trying to tell me. I'm silly. Steve says, can't wait to get that Shin on Sabine action next week. Let's go. Darth Maximus, much love, my dude. I'm happy you are hanging out with us in the chat. And yeah, there's 5 more episodes, my dude. You are welcome. I didn't make them, but you're welcome. Thank you, Dave Filoni. Man, I am so hyped for next week's episode, though. And the last 5 episodes, everybody's hyping up episode 5 of the show. And I know that one's going to be a banger and probably be a game changer for the rest of the season. I feel like when we go to Peridia or this new galaxy, stuff's about to pop off. And it's hilarious because a lot happened in this episode, but it wasn't that much in terms of progressing the story, really. It was more progressing the characters, which is something that Dave Filoni has become a master of since his time at the Clone Wars. George was teaching him how to tell stories about characters and have the stories kind of work around those characters in a way. And I feel like that's what he did perfectly with Rebels, and why it's my favorite show, like, ever, out of any show. Like, I love Rebels, and part of the reason I love it so much is it focuses so much on the characters and gives them so much time to develop. There's 4 seasons, and I feel like half of the show is development for the characters. And in a way, the Ahsoka show in these 3 episodes so far has done more development than really building stories at times. Even though there's been a lot of story building, especially in that first episode, I feel like it's kind of going a slow burn. And I like my Star Wars that way. I love getting the slow burn. I love, because it means we're getting multiple seasons. The way it's going so far right now, even with 5 more episodes, I don't think this is going to be a complete story with 1 season. And I've been loving 3 episodes. So if you're telling me we're going to get potentially 2 or more seasons of this show and then a movie at some point that Dave Filoni's working on, this is some of the best Star Wars we've ever had, man. And this is such a freaking great time to be alive for Star Wars fans. I'm so damn hyped. I've been waiting for this for so long, and it's freaking hitting on every level. Nerd Mafia says maybe Marrok flips out and kills Balin and Shin. That would be wild. Darth Maximus says we're loving the show here in my house so far. Hey, much love to you, my man. I'm loving it too. Steve says, did you get an episode length for next week yet? No, I haven't been too... So I haven't been in the leaker kind of spoofer kind of game in a while, so I really don't stay around too much of the episode lengths or spoilers or anything like that these days. So I'm not too sure. If I do see it out there, though, I'll let you guys know by next week. And there's definitely a lot of speculation that go from here, and I'm definitely going to have to watch this episode like 5 times like I did and get it to like 14 million views again. You know what I mean? There's 8 in, dude. The humor in this episode was awesome, Timothy, and it was perfect with Hu Yang. I love Hu Yang as a comic relief character in this show. It's perfect. No, the show is definitely 8 episodes. Ahsoka, you win this round. I love that. Sabine's all, you win this round, Cup, but next time I will destroy you. I hope she gets the hang of it by the end of the season, though. I love this. I love this journey we're going on with Sabine being the apprentice of Ahsoka, kind of continuing the legacy of some of our favorite Star Wars characters in the master and apprentice kind of tree that starts all the way back with Yoda, goes to Dooku, Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, Anakin, Ahsoka, and now Sabine, and that's just freaking dope. And then, of course, the idea out there of Sabine training Jason one day, or maybe Ezra doing that would be amazing, too. 8 episodes, let's go. 5 more to go. Ashhammer says, why Hera's so bad, bro? She could be my mommy too. Now we got Mom Hera, Mom Soka. I'm so dead. Reefer Man says, just watched it. So good. I love the show. Me too, dude. Y'all, I'm so freaking hyped. Jason is totally going to be Ezra's Padawan, says Dan the Man. Hope he doesn't get too corrupt. Me too, man. I'm really hoping that they protect that kid at all costs. He seems real pure and innocent. And there's a Jason in the expanded universe that's one of the kids of Luke or Leia. I think it might be Leia's kid. And he turns to the dark side similar to Ben Solo in canon. So let's hope Jason Syndulla doesn't follow Jason Skywalker's footsteps. Let's just put it that way. At all costs, protect him, please. I'd like some... y'all are tripping. Alright, y'all. I'm having a blast with this freaking show, though. I'm going to work on that Marrok video because Galen Marek is for sure Marrok the Inquisitor. Come on now. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your night, though. I'm going to go watch this episode again and again and again and again and again. Roll it again. I hope you guys have a good one, though. Make sure to enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy the rest of your week. I'll see you guys later on. I hope you have a good one, though. If you enjoyed this stream, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for all things Star Wars. It's been your boy, Sheev the Wise. And may the Force be with you always. Peace. Oh, wait. Peace. What a damn good episode. I'm reeling, man. I can't get over that Ahsoka scene, man. She was kicking ass in space. Oh, so dope. Much love.